I'm Christian Abbott.
I'm Nathan Lavender.
I'm Sean Abbott.
And this is the Red Mist Podcast.
Hello, welcome to the Red Mist Podcast, Season 3, Episode 15. The 1970 Bud Moore Boss Mustangs 302s, driven by Parnelli Jones, George Follmer, Peter Revson.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Et al. Mm-hmm. That's good stuff. Look at that. That's real racing with real men.
Go see Trans Am at Lime Rock soon.
Yeah, that's almost.
Or actually, wait, is Trans Am at Long Beach?
Well, speaking of, here's Trans Am at Lime Rock right here.
Yes.
Penske Javelin trailing the Bud Moore Mustang. Ooh, 1970 Schaefer Trans Am. I was there. Better yet, here's the Boston Herald Traveler Trans Am at Loudon, New Hampshire. Briar Motorsports Park.
Yeah.
I was there. I think Pete Sigourney was there too. Anyways, that's pretty cool. Wow. Awesome stuff. Anyways, on tonight's episode, we'll recap NASCAR in Texas. And we'll recap the LMS opener in Barcelona, 4 hours. And then news and notes. Look ahead to this weekend's return to China
And Long Beach.
and Long Beach. Yes, we'll have our picks to click.
Also, WC is at Imola.
Yes.
There's a lot going on this
I'm
weekend.
looking forward to this weekend. That race actually. That one. I'm not really looking forward to China, just because it's a sprint race weekend, and they haven't been there for 4 years, so God only knows what's going to happen. But anyways, I don't want to give away my pick.
The other thing, too, is it'll be overnight, so obviously...
Oh, IMSA's at Long Beach this weekend.
Yeah, that was kind of implied that IndyCar was going to be there, too, with them.
It's two separate sanctioning bodies.
Yeah, and they both run at the same track. I wonder when they're both going to run there.
This weekend. So that'll be exciting.
Yeah.
I think NASCAR is at...
They're racing again.
Oh.
I don't know where.
Hold on. I think it's at Talladega. Oh, no. You know what? Just watch the highlights, because that race could take 6 hours.
You watch the green flag drop, and then you tune in to the last 5 laps.
But the question is, will it still be on broadcast TV, or will it be streaming at that point? It's on Fox, so God only knows.
Better question is, what's the weather like down there?
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Let's talk. Let's talk Texas. The Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 400. Bit of a crash fest. I don't think it was one of Denny Hamlin's favorite days, unfortunately. So I don't really know what I can say about Denny. But Bad Brad. Good for him. Second place. Not a win, but second place. Chase Elliott with the win in the classic Hooters sponsored number 9 Hendrick Chevrolet, which is all for it. We had William Byron in third with the dump and run on Ross Chastain.
For third. For third.
Yes. And Tyler Reddick was fourth. Daniel Suarez, 5th. Chase Briscoe, 6th. Oh, Bubba Wallace.
How far down did Chastain
I
drop?
apologize, Darrell Wallace. I don't like calling him Bubba. I don't know why people call him Bubba. I like Darrell. It's a better name.
How far down did Chastain fall?
We got checking? Quite a ways. 32nd. Yep. That was on the last lap because they ran 276 laps. It's amazing, though. They had overtime, and 31 cars finished on the lead lap. Care to guess who the first car not on the lead lap? Ross Chastain.
Yeah.
Yeah, Denny, he finished on the lead lap, but 30th. I mean, that's just it's unfortunate. I feel bad for him. He did lead. Then he crashed out, spun out.
When was the last caution thrown? Do you have that or no? If not, no big deal.
Hold on.
I always guess there's one within the last 10. My odds are pretty high.
Checking.
I probably should do my due diligence one day and actually look up the stat of how many races finished under yellow within the last 10 laps.
Don't have that.
Okay.
Sorry.
Or I shouldn't say not finish under caution, but go into overtime.
They did go to overtime, didn't they? Oh, no. I'm sorry, they didn't go to overtime.
Oh, all right.
The last caution was actually on lap 254.
Out of?
276.
All right. 20 or so to go.
Yep.
It's not a bad run.
Hamlin crashed out on lap 254. Well, didn't crash out. He spun out. Anyways. Well, there we go.
So what's that? Is that 2 wins for Elliott now?
Well, yeah, we're coming over to that. Hold on. So, I know we don't have the insight without our NASCAR expert here.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm not.
I hate to say it. I was out golfing this weekend on Sunday. I was more interested in the Masters.
Oh, last weekend was a little light for racing. I mean, there was ELMS,
Basically NASCAR.
MotoGP, NASCAR. Don't forget the VW Fun Cup.
Oh, the VW Fun Cup. Season opener at Oulton Park.
Yeah.
Oh, God. 36 cars. And there were some heavyweight drivers in that.
Yeah. That was a good series.
Yeah, it was friggin' fantastic.
Was it 3 or 4 hours?
4 hours.
4 hours.
4 hours. All builds up to not the 24 hours of Spa, but the 25 hours of Spa.
Yes.
In a VW Fun Cup.
Yeah.
I think there's like 100.
Start that. Yeah.
I think it's some ridiculous amount.
I watched the.
We will delve deeper into the Fun Cup series.
I watched the one of the camera shots at the end
of the camel
straight.
Yeah, and they're just cars all the way.
When the leaders come through the chicane, they're still coming up.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's
in a rouge.
And I didn't realize so WRT makes these cars. Anyways, I digress. Let's do the standings and we'll come back to it.
Okay.
So right now leading the points is Kyle Larson, but he's locked in. He has a win. So our non-win leader is in second place, which is amazing in itself. Martin Truex has no wins, and he's in second place in the points. Yeah. That is consistency and just not enough luck. Denny is third with 2 wins. And that Chase was up until this race winless.
Oh, okay. Oh no, that's right. He finished second.
That's right.
Martinsville.
So we had Will the Thrill Byron. I'm going to call him that. Like that. Finish. He with the win. 3 wins on the season. Congratulations. I'm sorry. Yeah, 3 wins. And then Christopher Bell's locked in. Suarez is locked in. And that's it. And Suarez is having a rough run with the points. Bad Brad, though, with that second place finish, he moved up 1 spot, but he's still in the out. Because what's it, 16 get in?
Yeah.
He's 17.
Jeez.
And he's got Kyle Busch in front of him.
I feel like Kyle
will crash in.
He'll pull a win out at some point.
At some point. Logano's bound to win something. I'm just kind of looking. Bowman.
Where?
What about Busch? Buescher and Briscoe could all win. Chastain should win somewhere. I mean, there's a bunch of guys.
I mean, technically, if Dega is next week, anyone can win.
Here's two guys that don't have wins right now. Blaney and Reddick. And they're capable of wins.
Yeah, but Reddick will get it at a road course.
Yeah. Fair point.
He doesn't have to really worry about that.
The good thing is Larson could really take the month of May off.
Yeah.
And just concentrate on IndyCar. I mean, considering that he ran second fastest at the Speedway last week.
With the draft. But
not as big a draft as Joseph got.
But still impressive.
Joseph got the big toe.
Yeah.
If anyone has, I will say this. If anyone is going to win this in a one-off, I think Larson's the one.
Yeah, there's not many other guys.
Because he's driven everything.
Yeah, there's few other drivers out there in the world right now that could come across from a different series
and run on the. I'm just saying. I'm not running. Saying I'm just on the oval at Indy.
Yeah.
Now, could he win on another oval? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he can.
I wouldn't mind him having a shot in IndyCar, but it's whether or not he wants it. So, and
if he just came back and ran, like, what do you call it? The short ovals. I think he could win.
You could do Milwaukee, Iowa, Gateway.
Right.
The only other high-speed one is Nashville. Iowa is high-speed.
Did they go to Texas still?
No.
They don't go to Texas?
No. Texas is not there anymore.
It's not on the calendar anymore?
No.
I think he could win on any one of those ovals he could win on. Because he's got Cup experience on him.
Yeah, I mean...
He's got Cup experience, and then the other thing is he drives these rocket ship sprint cars.
Right.
And plus he can drive wing and non-wing, but the wing ones are generating some kind of downforce on him.
He has enough talent and skill to adapt very quickly to wherever it is.
Yeah.
Indy is by far the easiest one
for him,
or anyone that's going to do this, because it's the most practice time that you're ever going to get.
Yeah.
So you should, by the time the race comes, you are as prepared as you can be.
Yeah.
For an IndyCar race. And by that point, you either know you have a good car or you don't.
He's just got to know how much to run in the draft, where he can save fuel, stuff like that.
Yeah, and he was saying,
and just run in the draft, what the deterioration to the tires does, here and there and stuff like that. But overall, he's probably got the best package coming into this. Mm-hmm. In terms of just doing the crossover from coming from somewhere else into it. I mean, Tony Stewart, Robbie Gordon, John Andretti, they all ran IndyCars full season. And then they went to NASCAR and came back and did one-offs. Mm-hmm. So that's not the same thing. Jimmy Johnson coming in and doing what he did, all props to him. Fernando, same thing. Mm-hmm. In the modern day. Yeah. I mean, you go back into the 60s, you got Jimmy Clark, Graham Hill, those guys came over. But that was like the movement away from front engine cars to rear engine cars. But again, those guys had heaps of talent but experience. So that's where that came from. Right. All right, so NASCAR's off to the world of Talladega. Ricky Bobby.
Weather forecast, it might rain on Sunday.
Oh, shocked.
Right now, I'm looking at a 68% chance in the middle of the day.
That's shocking. What'll happen?
or is that? I'm sorry. Or is that 80%? It's more than 50. So there is a decent chance that it might rain.
Decent chance. All right, let's hope it's not too bad.
Or they could, if the threat of rain increases, would they try and make it happen on Saturday? Do you think?
That's a good question.
Or do you think you would push it to Monday? Because Monday apparently seems clear.
Hopefully they'll push it, but hard to say.
Yeah. All right. All right. What's next? What do we got? IndyCar?
No,
no.
EMS.
No, EMS.
So, am I looking at this race?
Barcelona. So what? It's LMP2, LMP3, and
LMGT3.
Okay. All
right. Now in LMGT3, I will say this, just on the car classification there, we're really it's Ferrari, Lamborghini, Porsche, and Aston Martin in it.
Okay.
So there's no Mercedes because they can't. I think you have to run whatever cars are running at WEC in this for some reason.
Okay.
So Mercedes, no one's running a Mercedes in this. Mm-hmm. No one's running a Corvette, and no one's running a Ford in this. That's up to you to decide if you want to run. You can run them, but I don't think anyone's running them.
Yeah, but I don't think Corvette and Ford had a first choice of running with any team over here. Or I'm sorry, over there in Europe.
Yeah, I mean they're in WEC, obviously, but they're not in the EMS series.
Yeah.
So again, that's a customer buy car. So
yeah.
So you got to see what you're doing there. So it was 4 hours of Barcelona. And we had cool racing with the win.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I just lost. Algarve Pro with the second, and then United Autosports with the third place finish.
LMP3.
Boy, can they make this tougher? LMP3, Team Virage, followed by Cool Racing and Euro International.
So Cool Racing had an LMP2.
Cool Racing had a good weekend, yes.
So they've run an LMP2 and an LMP3.
LMP3, okay. Yeah.
That's good.
Let's see. LMGT3, sorry. Here we go. Yeah, Formula Racing. Yeah, it was with Nicholas Nielsen in the Ferrari 296. Like I said, that Ferrari 296. It was a 1-2 for Ferrari, with GR Racing finishing second. And then one of the Iron Lynx finished third with their Lambo.
Right.
I did not see. So the Iron Dames are not running here. Oh, no, they are running. Oh, they went out. Oh, that's a bummer. They're running a Porsche. That's weird. They're running a Lambo over here, and they're running a Porsche over there. Yeah, they went out with They went out just after the 3-hour mark. Oh, that's a bummer. All right, first of 6 races. So
And they're off to France next.
France, Le Castellet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe they stay in France for the 24 Hours of Le Mans.
Not ELMS, but the teams that
are going to
that
Le
are
Mans.
going. Yes.
Sorry. That's exciting.
I was gonna say, what's the rest of their calendar?
It's actually pretty good. Although I'm very excited about WEC going to Imola next week.
Yes. Jeez. All right. ELMS does Barcelona, La Castellet, Imola, Spa, Mugello.
They go to Imola.
And Portimao. They go to Imola. They go to Imola in July.
Really? That's cool.
But WEC is there
next week.
This weekend.
Yeah. When's Formula One there?
At Imola?
June? Oh no, it's coming up.
It is coming up. It's after. I'm sorry. It's in May as well. It's in May.
After China, right?
After China and then after Miami.
Oh, so they go to Miami next?
So after China, they're going to go to Miami. But Miami's not until the first weekend in May.
Well, so it's like 2 weeks, right? 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
After this weekend.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
They got 1 week break, and then they're going to go
Jesus, these guys
to Miami.
Most of the team has been gone a long time.
And then they're going to go... I'm sorry. So then Miami is May 5th.
And then
Imola is May 19th.
Then in the following weekend's Monte Carlo, right?
Yeah.
Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, so it's a double header weekend.
Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
Something symbolic about that.
Why am I missing this? Yeah, and then after Memorial Day weekend, they go back to Canada. They have a week off.
Because that schedule makes so much sense.
Yeah. Speaking of schedules, we can get to that later.
We'll get to that. Oh, yeah. That came out. Oh, and did you notice the conflicts are back on?
With Le Mans?
Yes. Yeah. No one cares. I don't care. Clearly. Although, what Formula One driver is coming over?
To do Le Mans?
Yeah, none. The only one would be Fred.
Fred Hulkenberg. Well, if Hulkenberg is still there next year.
No. I'm just saying from a Formula One race, they're not. No one's taking a weekend off, and if there was a weekend off, I'm just saying, Fred would probably be the only one.
No, I don't. Well, right now with him being the unofficial number one driver,
yeah,
I don't think that they would want him to go.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Let's jump into some notes. Let's do some IMSA first. Mike Rockenfeller will be back in the JDC Miller Proton Porsche this weekend.
The banana.
Then the banana boat. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Who is he? Is he subbing out for? Yeah, no. Neil Johnny. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so one of the guys from.
Should only 2 guys this weekend.
Yeah, I'm just trying
short
to
race. It's the first sprint race.
Who's he subbing out for? It's got to be. I don't know who he's subbing out for.
It's not Phil Hansen.
No.
I don't know why I have that name in my head.
I know. Hold on. Oh, Jesus. Sorry.
This is the level of preparation we put in.
No, it's the friggin'. They put when I do this and I put the stories up, and then it's like. They didn't even have it. Oh, wait a minute. I know who has it. Hold on. These guys have it. Hold on. Sorry. I'm trying to find out who he's replacing. That's what I want to find out. Here it is. Oh, of course, an error occurred. There we go. So wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. He's not running the banana boat. He's running the Proton car, the JDC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's running. That's why I was getting confused.
All right.
It's because I went to this other sports car site. And it's kind of. He's running with. He's running in the Mustang sampling car
Okay.
with with Bruni. Oh, that's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, that is.
That's pretty good.
Who is he usually?
He's on the Ford team. So he's in the Mustang in GT3. But there's no, GTD Pro.
Not Rockefeller. Who's usually in the Mustang sampling Proton car? He's in for someone.
That's what I'm trying to find.
Hold on.
Oh, there's okay. So it's Neil Yanni and Julian Andelauer have been in the car. They're at that, and then Alessio Pecorello, who's also driven the car, he's in Sepang for a race. So there's just guys everywhere. That's all right.
Okay.
You know, I know it's just like why did you put subbing for?
Mm-hmm.
That's all they had to put.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they just can't put it. I know why he's not running a GTD, because GTD Pro's not running.
Yes.
Got some sad news. Cat Leg's out of a ride in IMSA. And I don't understand that. I don't get it, but I don't know. Maybe it'll lead to bigger things possibly in IndyCar? Could. Who knows? But I have not seen... No one has delved into it.
That Dale Coyne seat is changing every week.
Yeah, but no one's really figured out why she's not driving it. Because honestly, I don't get the difference between the person they put in the car and Cat.
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate. Did we talk about this? Flying Lizard being back?
Yep.
We talked about that last week.
Yep.
Excellent. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the lizard can take down the dinosaur.
Yeah, I just don't know enough about the Lizard drivers. They're coming up from the SRO team, so
they just need a caution to fall their way.
I guess.
That's
yeah. But like Harder Racing's got Pompelli, and
I know.
I mean, it's like literally two pros in the car.
I know. It's no Ben Keating.
Not as bad. Not as I know Ben Keating. Is he running? Oh no, he's at the WEC race. Not as bad as Lexus though.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Wow, that was some shenanigans there. But hey, more power to him. Yeah, there's no one's running a Mustang. They're running one Corvette.
It's AWA, right?
Yes, and I think there's some shenanigans with it.
That they can't get it working or something?
No, I think there's some shenanigans with the driver lineup.
Oh.
I thought I saw something. Hold on.
Well,
let me go back and just take a quick peek. I thought I saw something.
I don't know if like you said, that it's going to be, there's no GTD Pro, but there will be GTD.
Yeah.
So there's going to be 17 of those this weekend, in addition to the 10 GTPs that are running as well. So we'll have one prototype and one GT class this weekend. And the race is the first sprint race of the year. An hour, 45 minutes?
Yeah,
something like that.
And this is the shortest race of the season.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so AWA. Oh no, they're not. I thought I had read somewhere. Can you check the WEC lineup? Starting entry grid. No, they didn't do any shenanigans there. All right, I thought they were. This is the shenanigan though. Roman DeAngelis and Spencer Pompelli. Like, really? Oh, that's cool, though. Kyra Maselli and Danny Formello are running a Lambo. That's cool.
All right, who am I looking at?
Corvette.
Corvette. Where's the zoom? There it is. What are they? TF Sport. There's 3 of them.
There's 3 vets, right?
No. No, there's 2 vets.
Yeah. Who's in them?
There's 3 drivers for each.
Okay.
For each one.
Who's in them?
Tom Van Rompuy, Rui Andrade.
Rui Andrade. Yeah.
Oops.
It's like Billy Andrade, the golfer.
Charlie Eastwood.
Yeah.
Daniel Yuncadella.
Yeah.
Sebastian Baud. Baud. Bode.
Don't know.
Okay, French. And then Hiroshi Koizumi.
Oh, okay. I swear to God, I thought of something where Garcia and somebody else were running, but guess not. Oh, well. All right. Oh, there we go. Thank you for answering that question.
Mm-hmm. I did see that.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. Sorry. Go ahead.
That for this weekend, the GTPs only have 4 sets of tires
The whole weekend?
for the whole weekend. Last year they only had 5.
Wow.
But they've said that the tires are more durable, so
Yeah.
it'll get them through it. But
Yeah.
it'll be interesting.
Quickly, just on the NASCAR front. The IndyCar front, Jack Harvey confirmed at Dale Coyne for the race this weekend, along with Nolan Siegel.
Yep.
Considering that Colin Brown is running elsewhere.
Yeah.
I
know.
I was like, why did people think it was something? Like, it was like people were going, no. And it's like, I'm going, he's running in Imola this weekend.
Yeah.
He's not like,
Well, and then they also said that Siegel is moved over to the 51 from the 18.
Well, that's the one I thought he was supposed to drive. Like, because that's Colin's car, 51.
That's the one he was driving.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and the 18 I thought was supposed to be Harvey's car for most of the races. Whatever races Harvey's doing, he's supposed to be in the 18.
Oh, okay.
I don't really understand that, but anyways. Yeah, there we go. Formula One news. Fred has signed a long-term contract with Aston Martin. That is exciting news.
I mean, well, clearly a seat at Red Bull was not on the table. So
Not on the table for him.
no. And then also considering the fact where Mercedes is currently,
Yeah.
he doesn't want to go backwards.
No,
So
I agree.
no reason to switch.
So I think so now the obviously the biggest one, the drop right now is Carlos. Max isn't going anywhere.
No, I don't.
Why would you take a step back to go to Mercedes?
No.
The car's not going to the car
No.
he's
There's no point.
he's beaten it by a mile. So I mean, why would you go? I mean, if you're going to take a step and go somewhere else, it would have been a Ferrari because they're the closest. But if this was 2026, I'm just going to say, I could say, okay, fine, I'm going to take a risk and go somewhere. All right, fine, because then by then he could have won this year and next year. So whatever, how many world championships that is, whatever, 5, right? So I mean, at that point, that makes sense to take a chance. I mean, no blame on Lewis. Lewis did the same thing. So back then, so I think the next one right now is definitely Carlos.
Yeah, because
And there has to be, right now, I think his choices are this. Red Bull. Obviously Audi.
Yeah.
But that's like a huge step back for 2 years until Audi comes
Yeah.
in. And then you don't know where they're going to be, how long that's going to take you. So either they come rolling in with a truckload of
not even 2 years. It's 1 year. and then
but
until
still,
you, get
you
to
don't
the
know.
new regs,
Right.
And you're hoping that the new
regs, the
work
car
out.
is going to be competitive. So what you're hoping there is that someone's going to drive the Brinks truck up and drop a ton of cash on you, and possibly let you do other things. Well, no, because Audi doesn't do anything else. That was real smart.
Well, they have something stored away, and
Right. Yeah, they do.
But
it's like
we'll see.
We'll see. It's moronic. Mercedes, but it's like everything there says it's either a 1-1 or a 2-1, because they're pinning their hopes on Kimi Antonelli, who, I'll be honest with you, hasn't done anything in F2 this season.
And this is his first season in F2?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they've been touting this kid,
I know.
And
I have other thoughts on that seat too.
Mercedes. Okay. Then we got, obviously, if Big Daddy Stroll decides to unload the cash and put the Spanish Armada together, which wouldn't that make sense? But the question there is, does Carlos play second fiddle?
I mean, does he play second fiddle?
There's no way Fred's going to let him be number two. There's no way Fred's going to be number two.
If Fred is playing the team game as much as he is right now,
yeah,
the hope is that if the car is a championship contender, well, this is the other problem too. If the car is capable of wins and not a championship per se, you need two drivers to elevate that up there. And on a week in, week out basis, it's not Lance. And he is good, but he's just not that.
He's inconsistent.
Yeah, he's just inconsistent.
And you can't, if you're going to be a top team, you can't have that.
No. And Carlos clearly has a very good understanding of the car and whatnot.
Yeah.
I don't know if we just haven't seen that from Lance because they pick and choose what to broadcast, so no one really knows. And it's not like Lance is a very public guy either when he talks about stuff like that, and it never seems like
he's such an electric interview.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not. It's hard to get a good read on that because you really just don't know. But I would like to see Carlos go there to Aston because I think it would elevate
them.
It would, but
to the point where they're definitely challenging Mercedes and McLaren.
Yeah,
and they could be nipping at Ferrari there. Mm-hmm. I can't say that they will get to Red Bull because I need to see Carlos and Fred in the cars together. Mm-hmm. To see how they, like throughout the weekend, how they're working to elevate the cars. So that would be the other thing. So I'm getting to your Mercedes seat. Who do you think? Well, you were just alluding to that.
Well, the other thing too is, or hold on, I want to just cycle back to Aston Martin for 1 second. The tough thing with Aston is where does Lance go and. Because Lawrence isn't going to leave his son without a ride.
He's going to go play tennis. I'm not joking. I think at some point
he's done.
He's done.
Because, I mean, with all the money that Lawrence is putting into the team, he has made that team better.
Right.
So you're going to put in all the money and then not give Lance a shot at a title if the car comes around.
But I think at the same point,
it'll be tough. But the other thing, too, is Honda's coming in 26. So is there a need that Honda is going to want to fill where they put a Japanese driver in the car? At Aston Martin.
Oh.
Not next year.
So you're thinking Yuki?
Not even Yuki. Like
Hirakawa?
They could pull a Iwasa. and do that.
Yeah,
I think with Yuki's experience in F1,
I think if anyone's going there, I think Yuki's going there.
yeah,
Now, which that opens a bunch of things up, or say Red Bull. All right. Say.
I think it makes Red Bull's life a little bit easier.
Say Yuki goes there, right?
Yeah.
Because I believe his contract's up this year.
Yes, Yuki's is up.
All right.
Yeah.
Say he goes there because Honda wants him there.
Yeah.
All right. Then Perez is up. He's out. He's up this year. His contract.
Yes.
I think if Yuki goes, obviously Liam's going there.
To Red Bull or Toro Rosso?
I think he's going Cash App.
V carb. I like that one. V-carb.
Whatever. I don't know. RB, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
I think Lawson's going there.
To V carb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think what they're going to do is I think they want to put I think it's Carlos they want to get.
Yeah.
If they can't get him, say if he goes somewhere else, right? Carlos, right? Then I'd say they're going to put Lawson in the car.
Yeah.
And Perez is out. And then they'll pick up two drivers because I don't think Danny Rick's coming back.
He has to cakewalk Sonoda
The rest of the season. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's where that goes. Mm-hmm. Now, the other see that also at that point does one thing. At that point, if there's no say they don't have a driver lineup in there, that does make that this rumor flying around that RB's going up for sale.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of backstories to
Yeah.
what this Red Bull stuff that's going on, and it's clearly an ownership struggle in terms of the Thai folks now having more of a say over the Matishits since Dieter's not there. It's unfortunate because there was that kind of seemed like all cohesive thing, and it just doesn't seem like that right now. So, obviously the Thai connection is definitely they're heavily a
I'm just looking.
I know, but that was
I know
that was a mini pass and a
Yeah.
rover.
Yeah. I know.
I did the same thing. Sets him up.
Just right down.
That is fantastic. Oh, does he get the wheel up?
He'll get it there. Come on.
Oh, that is just beautiful.
No, not quite.
That is just fantastic. Anyways, this is going into the night. I think that makes that whole thing possible. That goes up for sale.
Yeah.
Obviously, the other one that's rumored now is Alpine because I think that's just turned into a nightmare over there. Because it just doesn't sound like anybody's on the same page.
No.
And if you look at all the people that left there, in terms of like Alan Permain and everybody that was formerly with Benetton and whatever, that's just like I don't know what's going on there. But anyways, so I that would make a potential sale there possible. The only other thing would be where does Albon go?
Yeah. So
Does Red Bull bring him back and say, "Fine, you're going to go to Cash App"? He's better off there than he is at Williams.
He is. He definitely is. Because Albon to Mercedes would make some sense. My longer reach is when do Gasly and Ocon jump ship?
They're both one of them's up this season. I think Ocon's up this season.
Right, but when do you jump ship at that team for something?
Right, if something comes across your plate, you take it,
or you go and try and poach someone else's seat.
One of the things is I believe Ocon is one of Toto's drivers, so
that's
why
I wouldn't.
Right, I mean,
I could see him going there too.
To where Mercedes
Mercedes
on a 1-1 type deal,
or depending on how Albon shapes out, maybe you move him over into Williams.
Ocon steps down to Williams.
Well, right now it's kind of a step up.
Yeah, it's kind of a step up, but I'm not 100% sold on that. I could see him going to Mercedes on a 1-on-1. I think that would happen if Albon goes to Red Bull, one of the Red Bull teams.
Sure. Yeah, let's go with this. The other thing that I'm going to point out is, what do you do with all these former F2 winners?
Yeah,
or champions?
Right. This is
because you still. I mean, well, Teo Porcher looks like he's going to IndyCar at this point.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So either he'll step in there, or Haas is going to move drivers around and he'll go for a seat there.
I mean, if Hulkenberg goes to Audi, let's do this. Hulkenberg goes to Audi, okay? Because that's the big that rumor is that's out there.
Yeah,
I mean, because I don't think Joe and
Bottas are
sticking around.
No.
So say Hulk goes there, right?
Mm-hmm.
That gets a German driver in there. Berman's going to Haas then.
Yes. Okay. Well,
He's a Ferrari driver. They're gonna ask that he goes there.
I understand he's a Ferrari driver, but isn't Teo Porcher also a Ferrari driver?
No,
not anymore.
I don't think he's a Ferrari driver. I thought he was a McLaren guy, but I don't get into that. I mean, Berman I do, because he's listed as the second driver, the reserve driver. So, and if I was Haas, I would welcome that.
Right.
Now, I also think Sargent's done this year too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2 seats at Williams.
Which I think, if Joe's out at Sauber, I think he goes to Williams.
Just for bringing money. Gotcha. Yeah, I can see that. Replaces Sargent.
Yep.
And then maybe they go with Pocher or somebody. But yes, there's a huge amount of talent. There's Yuri Vips. There's a whole bunch of guys out there. Which if you go back now, you go to the Prema thing coming to IndyCar. Mm-hmm. Obviously they're gonna take an IndyCar guy, somebody.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. I honestly don't know who.
Yeah.
It has to be someone good.
And on
let me just say, if Pagano was healthy, I would put Pagano there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you bring in somebody, whether it's Porcher or some
for what seat?
The Prema seat. The 2 Prema seats.
In the IndyCar.
Yeah. They're running 2 cars.
I'm sorry. You not coming to F1.
Who?
I thought that's what you just said.
No, they're going to IndyCar. Prema's going to IndyCar.
Prema goes to IndyCar. Are you saying drag an F2 guy over there, or just poaching?
No, there's going to be one of the guys. They want to put a Formula 2 guy in the seat. They've already set a European talent in the seat.
Oh, that'll be Porsche.
Well, yeah, or if it's somebody affiliated with Prema, whatever. They want a established IndyCar guy. Now, Pagano, if he was healthy, would be that guy. Mm-hmm. I mean, the other thing is, could Callum Ilott be that guy?
Yeah, that could be a.
Which I don't see. I have no problem with that, because I think he's just as talented. So yeah. I don't see why that couldn't happen.
Right, and he already has the experience there.
I mean, unless you're talking now. Who's with Carpenter? Renus?
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Hold on.
If let's just say Renus's contract was up.
Are we done? Are we done speculating about F1?
Oh no! I was just trying to fill the gaps with because you brought up the whole Formula 2 thing, and you're right. There's about 900 guys out there.
I know. It's you're starting to leave guys off the board, and it's just getting into this realm of like.
You know what? Because we got to have bad guys. Guys with bags of dough that run Formula 1 cars that got no talent.
Yeah.
And we can't have 4 more cars on the grid.
Nope.
And I want to talk about that real quick too.
Who'd you ask about? Ed Carpenter?
Yeah.
Renus, Ed, and Rasmussen.
So between Rasmussen and Renus.
Yeah, you could take one of those.
I mean, one of those, right, would fit in over there. I don't, Ericsson's set where he is, and Rosenquist is set where he is. So the reason I'm kind of saying a European guy is that the team's European.
Yes.
I mean, I know Piers Phillips running the team, and he's been in IndyCar forever, but the ownership group is all European. So if you had somebody with European roots that's in IndyCar that's established, like Pagenaud's the perfect one because he's French.
Yeah.
And hope that would be awesome if he could come back and do that, but we won't know.
Would you? This is a long shot, but would you poach Herta?
He's signed. I'd hate to see what the buyout is on him.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. Newgarden is not signed. He's looking for Herta money. He's looking for Herta an award. He's looking for Herta money. Award. I don't want to get into I don't want to get into the driver lineup over at McLaren right now.
Yeah,
Anyways,
there's a lot of moving parts there.
I want to see a few more races before I really make a comment about that.
How long is Palou signed with Ganassi?
He re-upped. It's like 3 years.
What about Armstrong?
I don't know. And the thing with them is if this charter thing comes in, so they want it. So no. So this is that's what the teams that don't have the charter. So Ganassi's one of them, right? That wouldn't have a charter because they got 4 cars or something.
Yeah.
So their thought is you put Palou in the non-charter car because he'll get into every race, and then you put the less, talented, but somebody that can't deal with the pressure. I mean, you put one of the rookies in. Right. That's what they're talking about. Anyways, that just sort of came out of that whole comment about Formula 2 there. And you're right. And it gets back to, Michael's, they just opened their new facility in Silverstone, very impressive. Came out with their statement that they are looking to establish a Formula 2, Formula 3, and Formula 4 team. Okay? All right, so they're making a commitment in Europe. There's obviously behind-the-scenes stuff going on with Formula, with not the FIA, but Formula 1.
The FOM.
The FOM. So Stefano Domenicali and his Toto and his band of merry men. So they're definitely talking about that. So there's stuff going on behind the scenes there. And it's probably, I can see someone just rolling Chevrolet, a GM into the meeting and going, and they're going to, well, we want you to come. And they're going, we're not coming unless they're coming with us. That's what it's going to come down to.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And then it's going, well, then how about you guys buy a team because we want to keep 10? Well, we've tried that and we got the door slammed on us every time. We had to deal with Sauber. Yet, we got backdoored by Audi, and they're still up in the air. And then you got Alpine, which doesn't know what's going on. Well, they can't decide what they're doing with their team. You got Williams, which is just a horror show. And it's nothing to James Fowles. It's just a horror show there.
Yeah.
How much is the ownership group really involved?
Yeah, there's a lot of, For a team that showed some
Promise, yeah. There's just a lot of
this past couple of weekends kind of showed where they really are.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're not.
So
really
last year,
much better.
You know, skirting around all the issues they had with Sargent, they were able to cobble it together and keep it going. This year, they've both had problems, and what's happened is, we took the we took the rug out of Sargent's legs at wherever, and where was that? Australia, right? Yeah. I mean, this is a joke. What's going on there?
Yeah.
I mean, I like vowels and everything. I like there's some good people there, but the team's a joke.
Yeah, it's not.
Which is sad because Williams was in a very proud team. I'd hate to see it go the way and become Andretti, but if it has to, it has to. I would rather see Alpine become Andretti.
Yeah. Yeah,
and then see somebody somehow come in and try and save Williams somehow.
Yeah.
Just to save the name, but I know it's at the end of the day, it's just a name, but
there's
a lot of history and pedigree there.
And it's not that there isn't history with Alpine's team.
I would love Andretti to come back by Cash App and change it to Minardi again.
That would be funny.
That would be awesome. But
I think I would like to I would like either to see Alpine or RB get bought out by Andretti if that's the case.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I would like to just see Andretti be the 11th team on the grid. Because, just again, it gets two more guys in.
I really want two teams. Yeah. There should be 4 more cars. There's too many good drivers.
Yes.
F2 drivers. And if they got money, they got money. They're good. But, I mean, there's just guys sitting on the sidelines, and nothing against Danny Rick, but I hate to say it. I think his time has come.
I know. Well, and then I'm starting to get there too of nothing against Magnussen and Hulkenberg, but what's the Haas doing also? Right.
I mean, if they're quick there, if you put Berman in the car, I think you're going to get the same. You're going to get the same, or if not better, result that Magnussen's giving you. And I like K-Mag.
I like both the guys.
I like both.
I don't have a problem with either one.
I just think if they were both, let's just say, I think if they were both at say Cash App, I think they might put up a better fight than what's currently going on there.
Yeah, I mean, already they've both shown that they're playing the team game.
They're playing team game. The team's actually got points and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I like to see.
Yeah.
Because it's a very good tactic.
But the thing I don't get is they can't get the inconsistency getting the tires up to temperature and stuff.
I don't know what they need to fix.
Yeah.
But they're coming up on 10 years.
Yeah.
Being in F1, and they've only gone down.
Yeah, they started strong and they've gone down.
Yeah. So I don't know where the money is or who in management needs to move around, whatever. And
they moved Gunther.
Yeah, if Gunther was the one, then
Gunther saved their butt. He took every shot that got fired at him. He took. Yeah, okay, so I have ultimate respect for the guy. There's rumors flying that he's trying to get a group together to buy a team.
Yeah.
I don't know if if they were able to get in there, right? Mm-hmm. If I was them, I would take a flyer on having Gunther run the team just to navigate him for a couple of years.
Yeah, it wouldn't be bad.
Just to navigate him through the paddock. That's all. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, okay, fine. We bring in our guy.
Yeah.
But who knows? Anyways, all right. I don't know. There's a lot going on there in Formula One, and it's just it. I think by the time after we get through all of this and we go to Canada and come back, I think I think there's going to be a lot more clarity as to what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm going out on a big limb. Max isn't going anywhere. He's just not going anywhere.
If he's going anywhere, he's not running an F1. That's my thing.
The only place he was going to go was Ferrari.
Yeah.
And the only reason I'm saying that is, just not. Lewis is going because it's not because of his love for Ferrari. He's going because he thinks he can still compete, and that's like the only place he's going to get a seat. He's not going to get. There was absolutely no way he was going to get a seat next to Max.
No.
All right.
No.
There's just no way that was going to happen.
No, the only, just to sidetrack for a second, the only way that Sainz is getting that Red Bull seat, it's going to be tough too, because if Sainz can contend with Max, I don't think he'll contend week in, week out, but he'll be closer than what Perez is. And they were pretty close together when they were running. Yes, they were
the Junior Toro Rosso.
Yeah,
I mean, I personally would like to see those two. Yeah, because I think they get along. I don't think it's like the Carlos and Lando show, but I mean,
and it's not the Max and Danny Rick show either.
It's not the Max and Danny Rick show, but it's Max and Carlos is a little bit more
business
congenial than
business will be taken care of.
And even Max and Leclerc, I don't really think. I mean, Carlos and Leclerc are not exactly.
It's hard to get a good
Carlos
read.
Carlos has shown me that he's on a par with Max in terms of running a team.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I don't think Carlos likes being out in the spotlight doing that. Nor does Max. They're both sort of behind the scenes, I don't really think Carlos enjoys having, his outbursts on the radio, and Max having his, they try and minimize those as much as possible. But yeah, I do. I think if those two were there, I don't think anyone's coming near Red Bull.
No.
And I think Carlos would be a really good rear gunner for Max.
Yeah.
But also he's there, if he outqualifies him and he's there and he,
hopefully you'll just get a good race out of it.
Yeah. But we'll see. I don't know. All right. Shall we move to the weekend picks?
Yeah.
Let's see. We're just doing winners at Long Beach, right?
Winners and a dark horse.
Winners and a dark horse.
So this will be for the IndyCar Long Beach race. God. Hold on, I just had it.
The entry list?
Yeah, or just the lineup of the year. Yeah, let's go past winners. All right. Well, history says Andretti. So, who is the other one there? Marcus Ericsson.
Woo! Is that your dark horse?
Nope, that's my pick to win.
That's your pick.
That's my pick to win.
Oof, that's a good one. This is what, a Honda race?
It's the Acura Grand Prix.
All right.
Or I'm sorry. It's the
it's the Acura Grand Prix.
Hold on. Let me get the actual name. Yes, it's the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach.
All right. I'm going Pillow.
Okay.
Now we got to pick a dark horse, right?
Yeah.
Dixon.
Yes. I'm gonna go Rosenquist. I'm gonna pick the Swedes.
Wow, you're gonna pick? Yeah, I like that. That's pretty good.
Okay.
All right.
Did Nate get back to us on his picks?
Who?
Nate.
Who?
Did he get
Who?
his picks in
He picked Santonio Ferrucci.
as his dark horse?
No, as race winner.
I thought he had an award as his race winner.
No, he had Ferrucci.
Okay. Well, good luck to you, Nate.
Would you have a award in Ferrucci?
Yeah. To be nice, I put award as winner.
Winner.
I think that's probably more realistic.
We should be able to get his picks.
Yeah, we can do that.
We'll get that on a go forward basis.
Yeah.
Nate, if you're listening, text us.
All right, F1 picks, and then this will probably wrap it up.
This is at
China. Not the sprint, just
no, yeah,
just
yeah.
the
Oh
Grand Prix.
God, yeah.
Just the
I'm trying
Grand
to
Prix.
just black out the. Oh my God, trying to black that out. I'm gonna go Max.
Okay.
I don't even know if he's ever raced there.
Max, yes.
Has he?
Yeah. No, it's
been so long since we
it's
raced there.
It was Norris and Russell that it was the first year for them
Oh, okay.
when they ran there. So Leclerc and Max and Sainz had a few years anyways running there.
This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go Max. I'm gonna go Carlos, and I'm gonna go Fred.
All right.
And then my dark horse, Piastri.
Okay. I'm gonna go Carlos wins. Max second, and Norris third. Dark horse. I feel like Alonso is more of a dark horse in this race. But if I had to go with like, well, no, you won't. No, I'll take Alonso for my dark horse because you went with Piastri. Nate will be sensible about this. He'll go Max and Perez 1-2 for Red Bull, and he'll take Leclerc for third. His dark horse is Stroll.
Stroll.
Yeah, sure. Or no. We'll be different. His dark horse will be George.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I think that does that.
All right. Just a couple Newt cleanup notes.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Nate.
Yes. Happy birthday.
Happy Nate. And then news broke overnight
Of
of the 50 best IndyCar series podcasts
Oh yeah. This.
from the fine folks at FeedSpot. Just real quick, they listed out 50 podcasts, and they say here, worth listening to in 2024. Number 1, Marshall Pruett podcast. 100% agree. Yeah. Number 2, I'll have to listen to these guys. I haven't heard them before. The Front Stretch podcast, but it's weird. It says looking for your weekly NASCAR fix.
Okay. It takes whatever description, because I've seen this list, and however they pull it's literally just copying whatever you as a podcast posts, and they're ranking like you said, top 50 best IndyCar.
Yeah, I know, but
podcast.
These guys
Yeah,
here.
it doesn't necessarily mean that. Yeah, I don't.
So number 3,
anyways, we're getting
off
back
track
to
with Hinch and Rossi.
Yes, I don't know why that's not number 2, but
Number 2,
anyways.
Pit Pass Indy. It's an IndyCar journalist. Fine, that's good. Motorsport 101. Oh, RJ O'Connell does that one. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Across the Pond Motorsports. They're from Texas.
Which one was that? Number what?
6.
Okay.
Number 7, Speed Street with Connor Daly.
Mm-hmm.
It says Joey Molinaro, but Joey's not doing the show anymore. It's like pretty much Connor and a guest of people. Then we have NASCAR Radio. Not quite sure why that's IndyCar. Next up, Trackside Podcast with Kevin Lee.
What number was that?
Number 9.
Number 9. All right.
Number 10. I don't know if you heard of this one. The Red Mist Podcast.
No idea.
Average length, 63 minutes. Look at that. Number 10.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, let's see who we're beating. At number 14, The Race, IndyCar Podcast. That's with J.R. Hildebrand.
According to
FeedSpot, we're beating them. Now here's one, Rantin' and Racing. I might have to give a list to those guys. Here's one for Rich Hemingway, Fast Cars, Fast Girls. IndyCar racing discussed by 2 women who love the sport, love talking about it. Number 17, this is awesome. The McLaren Fans Podcast. Then we have at 18, the Monkey Seat Podcast. Here's one. This is a good name, though. The Push to Pass Podcast. How come we didn't think of that? I like that.
It's not bad.
Isn't another one. The King Hero IndyCar Podcast. It's Hiro Matsushita. Mm-hmm. Track Limits. I mean, at this point, I couldn't even, wow.
I know.
Not going to say anything about that one.
I know. that was the first one I started looking for.
I know. I was like, did we beat them? And we did by a mile. So thanks to FeedSpot, we're number 10. We're up from last year.
Yeah. 20 something.
24th last year to 10th.
Yeah.
Look at us. Look at us. Maybe it's how much time you spend talking IndyCar. Maybe that's it.
I don't know.
I don't know. But hey, thanks to them. All right. And thanks to the tens of listeners out there.
Yes. You tens of listeners make that's what it takes.
Make the difference.
That's what it takes to get to the top 10 of IndyCar.
And if we're 10th, we should be able to monetize this. Bring it to YouTube like everybody else.
So,
and on that note,
good night.
Thank you guys for listening to the Red Mist Podcast, hosted by Christian Abbott, Sean Abbott, and Nathan Lavin. It's produced by Christian Abbott, and music is by Alex Wart and Harrison Tate.